We are Gold Ivy.
Our mission is to empower you to own and unleash your truth.
Stories of resiliency are gold, and ivy grows in hard places.
Those hard places are what creates space for light to shine through.
You decide what works for your daily life and how to transform our lessons into your gold.
This is Ivy Unleashed,
a Gold Ivy production. Before we get back to today's conversation, I want to talk about something that hits most of us as we enter the premenopausal and menopausal years. That sudden, frustrating shift in how our bodies feel. We often talk about hot flashes, but we don't talk enough about the menopause middle. The stubborn bloating, the brain fog, and the fact that our digestion just seems to stall.
This isn't just in your head, it's in your microbiome. Trust me, I have worked for years to continually care for my gut health. As we age, our estrogen and progesterone levels drop, and we actually lose the diversity of the good bacteria in our gut. This dysbiosis leads to an increase in inflammatory bacteria, which is why we suddenly struggle with constipation, mood swings, and even sleep disturbances. That's why I want to introduce you to Relievance.
Relievance isn't just another fiber supplement. It was developed by Dr. Robert A. Gans, a nationally recognized board-certified gastroenterologist with over 30 years of clinical experience. Dr. Gans saw the limitations of standard fiber products and created this proprietary 8-fiber formula.
What makes Relievance different is the science of balance. It combines 8 different fibers, each selected for their specific viscosity and solubility. This allows the formula to dissolve gently and support your natural gut rhythm without the harsh gas or bloating often caused by single fiber supplements.
By increasing your fiber intake with a blended formula like Relievance, you're doing more than just staying regular. You're feeding the beneficial bacteria that help regulate your hormones, clear that menopause brain fog, and stabilize your energy levels. It's a tool to help fight the physiological effects of aging and reclaim your daily comfort.
It is third-party tested, gluten-free, and contains 0 artificial additives or fillers. It's just pure, clinically balanced support for a sensitive stomach. Sign me up.
If you're ready to target bloating at the source and support your microbiome through this transition, it's time to try the formula Dr. Gans developed for his own patients.
For your convenience, you can find Relievance Fiber right on Amazon or visit relievancefiber.com. Feel like yourself again with Relievance.
If you've listened to the podcast for a while, you know I used to be the biggest skeptic about supplements. I thought, I can definitely get everything I need from food. But then I started to realize that high-quality, clean supplements weren't about replacing a healthy diet. They were about optimizing my health in a way I never thought possible. For instance, I discovered what so many women eventually do. I was deficient in magnesium. Now that it's part of my routine, I'm sleeping better and I feel absolutely amazing. It made me realize that quality matters more than anything.
When it comes to taking supplements, ingredient integrity is a must for us both, and that's why we trust Smidge. Smidge offers a small line of foundational supplements, core nutrients, including 100% whole food vitamins, and digestive support. For people who prioritize real food, but know even the best diets have gaps. They obsess over ingredient integrity, crafting minimal, clean products with 0 additives and rich nutrients meticulously sourced from around the world. We both love Smidge's magnesium, but with my chronic gut health issues, Smidge's digestive support is my tried and true. I use their digestive enzymes every single day before meals, and it has been a game changer in post-meal bloat, fatigue, and overall digestion for me. If you have any digestive issues, their enzymes, including the original and HCl plus enzymes, are a must try.
Smidge just dropped some incredible whole food supplements that we've been loving. First up, their Kakadu Plum. Most vitamin C supplements are just mass-produced synthetic chemicals, but this is the real deal from Australia. It's pure, whole food vitamin C that your body actually knows how to use for glowing skin and a rock-solid immune system.
I'm also obsessed with their Australian emu oil. You won't find this at a typical health store. It's the best source of vitamin K2, MK4, which is a total game changer for women's bone and heart health. While plant-based K2 is hard for your body to process, Smidge's emu oil is already pre-converted, so your body absorbs it instantly.
So, if you want a brand that is truly backed by research, derived from sustainable principles, and only wants to provide you with the freshest, highest quality nutrients, it's Smidge.
Head over to getsmidge.com to check out their magnesium, emu oil, kakadu plum, and their fantastic digestive enzymes. And don't forget to use our code GOLDIVY10 at checkout for 10% off.
And now to this episode of the Ivy Unleashed podcast.
Welcome back to the Ivy Unleashed podcast. Today's an unhinged episode where we're going to talk about our unpopular opinions.
Yeah. Well, we think that you might not think. We might ruffle some feathers here. I'm ready. I asked my kids, because I had like 5 ideas maybe, and they didn't seem that great. And so I was like, my kids, like, they're with me all the time. Like, what makes me weird? What makes me different that most parents think differently? And they came up with some stuff. It was like, yeah, okay. I guess I didn't realize most parents aren't like that or don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So more
so unpopular ways of living, which could be opinions.
Yeah. It's like, because if you think about it, it's like whatever they say, it has to do with my belief in like that's valuable or that's not valuable. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it just showed me too, like ask the people that you love what they think about you a little bit. Like I
don't really want to know.
No, I think you should though, because it's like funny because you see how the world sees you.
Yeah. I think I have to be in the right headspace. Right now I'm just not. Life is crazy right now. Red Sea's coming. Like it just, hence the unhinged episode. I think a lot of women around that time of the month, they just feel like, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't really want to know what you think. I don't think I can handle it mentally right now.
Oh, okay. Well, people that love you will say things that are kind.
Yeah, and let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Until I'm in the luteal phase.
It's always
like
the
other phase.
2 days before my period and that's the thing is like, I don't know for sure that it's coming in 2 days. So like in that moment, everything I think I'm feeling is so valid, you know, and then 2 days later, I'm like, oh, I was extra rude or I was extra sensitive. Like my period was coming. I should have known.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend an app that tracks because you can like start to feel, at least I start to feel some type of way. Like, why do I hate life? Why am I really irritable right now? And then I pull up and it's like, you're 8 days out from your period. I'm like, and that's why. Okay.
8 days?
Oh yeah.
Wow. So the whole time, 8 days all the way up to get your period, you're extra irritable?
Oh yeah. I'm irritable. This is the luteal Brooke talking, but like Ian the other day is like the while ago, he said, you like talk about your period half of the month. And I'm like, well, right. Cause the week before your period is when you start PMSing. The week of your period, you kind of feel icky.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're ovulating, you get crampy. It's fun being a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's tricky about having daughters is like having them have this pride in being a woman and that it is such a beautiful thing to be able to conceive and to give birth. Like I wouldn't trade it for anything, that experience. But it does come with something that we have to think about all the time that they don't have to think about. Mm-hmm. And it does feel a little unfair, especially when you're in the irritable phase where you're like, you know what?
Yeah,
must be nice.
Ian's up singing and laughing and dancing this morning. And I'm like, I'm pissed at you that you're in a good mood. But like, that's just men. They are the same cycle every day. And it just, life is unfair and that's okay. Can't change it.
I lucked out. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw something the other day on a reel or whatnot. And it was your luteal phase is actually giving you clarity on what's not aligned in your life.
Oh,
like if you're getting pissy with being overscheduled or things that like don't excite you and you just don't want to be doing them, like maybe it's just you're getting clarity on your boundaries aren't aren't up to par. You're saying yes to things that maybe you don't really want to say yes to.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I want to do an episode on this. My friend Britt knows, I can't remember if it's like another psychologist or someone that their whole business is around like informing kids about menstruation and like what the cycles mean and then how to have like this beautiful pride about it and like what the beauty of it is. And I feel like tapping into that more of like, you know, I think about my son too, you know, he's going to have more empathy for women seeing 3 women in his home go through this. And I just think more people need that. You need to know more about it so you can understand it more. Even us right now are still learning about our cycles and what it means for us. So maybe we should do an episode on that.
Yeah. I think it's a controversial subject because for some women, depending on your schedule, it's easy for you to say, oh, I'm going to take it easy the week of my period. And we've had people on talk about cycle syncing and I'm not going to schedule meetings before. And it's like, okay, but you have to make a living and you have to have a job and live your life. Mm-hmm. So I think there's some backlash on that of like, is it really that easy?
Yeah.
Is that really a possibility? Like, what if you have a business partner and our cycles aren't synced up?
Yeah.
Like, I almost think it's more of a headache to plan your calendar around that than, like, right now what I'm working on is just, like, giving myself grace.
Yeah.
Like, it's an excuse. It's a good excuse of I'm not performing at 100% because literally I'm about to shed a part of my body. And if anyone has a problem with that, like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. Think about being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're going through perimenopause, all of your hormones are changing. Mm-hmm. And then you go through menopause and then postmenopause. And then some women get a hysterectomy where just half of their body parts are removed. Yeah. Like, can we just applaud it for women here? Like, holy hell.
Superheroes.
Literally.
And a lot of my friends don't get their periods because they have an IUD. And they're like, girl, when are you just going to get an IUD?
See, but I also don't think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that, like, I hear a lot about, like, endometriosis and all of these issues where you're put on birth control. But then if you get on social media, you see, oh, well, there's negative effects of birth control. And, like, what the hell is the right answer? Mm-hmm. I'm speaking here as a health professional saying we don't have all the answers.
Yeah. And that's why we keep on bringing in experts because it's like the more that we can know and understand what's going on, the more we can learn about the research. Like, information is power, and understanding more about what we can do and what the research is showing. What are our options?
But unpopular opinion, I also think there is a downfall of too much information.
Oh, yes. Oh, for sure.
I think sometimes I don't need to know all the information. Like, that affects my mental health, which in return affects my body and everything. So I think it's a fine line, and I don't think there's one answer. I think what works for you doesn't work for me. And that's my unpopular opinion of
I agree with that, actually.
Learning, okay, yes, informed, but how much information is too much information?
Yeah. It's like having the news on.
Is this
information? Do I need to know?
Is this information even correct? What's the validity to this information? That's why I love this podcast, because we're not claiming to know all the answers. We have people on, but like our message and my message till the day I die will be like, take what you want, leave what you don't.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
This is my anecdotal experience. And I think if you're going to watch the news, you should watch the Today Show. Because today I was watching the Today Show and I was giggling. And that was good for my mental health. They had a segment on about do's and don'ts of dishwashing.
Oh.
And like, should you rinse your dishes? Should you use certain detergents over the others? Is there a correct way to load the dishwasher? And this is an argument in my house every day of Ian and I talking about the dishwasher and how to load it. And I know you and Justin do the same thing. Yeah. So like, it's things like that where like, do I want to really know the ins and outs of the war right now? No. Mm-hmm. But I want to be informed.
Yeah.
And I want segments that make me giggle. And that's also why I love Twin Cities Live. Shout out TCL. Because I think it is important what you consume. And there's a balance of knowing the information, but still like living your life.
Yeah.
And being happy.
You make a great point, because I think that's what we want, is we only want people tuning into this that you leave feeling better. Mm-hmm. Like, it's all about your energy. Mm-hmm. And we like to have that balance of learning, not taking ourselves too seriously though, sharing how this actually works in real time, probably giving a little too much information, but you know what? If you like it, we're your girls. And I think it's finding that balance of like a show, if you are going to take in stuff from the media, like really filtering out the people that are, you think you need to follow them for information, but maybe it's the way that they're delivering it that really brings your energy down. And I would just say, like, tune into that feeling of, how do I feel once I'm done with this show, with this podcast, with this person on social media? What's my energy do?
Yeah.
Because it's meant to lift your spirits. And if it doesn't, it is unnecessary. Like, you do not have to have social media. And so if it is bringing you down in any way, filter it. Like, you're in control of what you ingest.
Yeah. And these unpopular opinions we're about to spew at you, like, they are things that mine at least like help with my mental health. And so maybe it ruffles some feathers, but I also, my intention is that you maybe experiment and implement with them to see like, could they also make a difference for your mental health?
Oh, I was just going to circle back to periods real quick. I feel like I really lucked out in getting mine before my Cayman's trip and before your bachelorette party. Brooke has a bachelorette party next week, you guys.
Take me to
Get
the sunshine.
ready for some beautiful content. Actually, by the time this airs, they'll have already seen the Florida content, which is so exciting to think it's that close.
Ugh.
How are we feeling?
I need the sun. I haven't gotten out all winter and I'm feeling it. Like, yeah, unpopular opinion, do not live in Minnesota throughout the entire winter. Like,
No.
I
Do not recommend.
I'm a little worried for this trip in the sense of like, I might rethink all of my decisions of like, how do we get to live in Rosemary Beach, Florida?
Yeah.
Like I think it'll also be helpful that we're coming home to hopefully some nicer weather. It's not like we're coming back to the dead of winter, but man, it's been a long winter.
You know what? I know a real estate agent in 30A. You and I and Alicia are all going. We can chip in together to get a place and we'll just share it.
But I don't want to own a house. That's my unpopular opinion.
Oh.
I think that, I think it's a big responsibility. And if you don't have the capacity, I don't know. My unpopular opinion is like, I'm okay with being a renter right now.
Yeah.
I think not having to fix shit that breaks 24/7, having a maintenance crew, like my mental health is a lot better because of that. I think there's this picture of what the American dream is like. And in a perfect world, yes, I would have a house and I do hope I have a house someday. But right now with how life is looking,
But you can rent a big house. Like you don't ever actually have to own one.
yeah. I think I just want the means to be able to rent an Airbnb in 30A whenever I want.
Okay.
The flexibility with the schedule to do that. But like think about just all of the legwork of when you're not there. And then you could hire a management company to take care of it.
That would be the move.
But then are you still working with them and throwing them money? I think it's a lot of a legwork that maybe...
It's when you have the capacity. If it feels like too much, it's too much. Mm-hmm. Right now, that doesn't feel like too much to me because I'm already doing it with a home. Having a property manager that's like, they are the one that weaves out like how to contact you or not. Like all the little things, they just take care of it. Mm-hmm. You throw them a chunk of your, what you would get in your pocket. Mm-hmm. But for me, that's the peace of mind piece. That's like, whatever, you can keep 7%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think getting to that point is the first step.
But that is a great unpopular opinion. Like, I don't want to own anything. I don't want to own a home. Because a lot of people would be like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think if I had more flexibility in the schedule and I love you, Ian, but like, to me, it's stressful to fix home things because of my past experience. Ian, it doesn't bring him joy. Like he would rather be learning about the football world for his job, which is, it is what it is. And that's his dream in his life. And I support that. And maybe one day, but right now, unpopular opinion, I don't think you have to have a mortgage if you don't want one.
You know what my unpopular opinion is? That I don't think you need designer bags.
Oh, I disagree.
Like for some reason, it's like the bigger they get, the uglier they get to me. Like
you're not going to like my new purchase.
They are just such a waste of money in my, like, do you?
But like, what if you're not paying full price? What if you found...
I just don't even think they're cute. Oh. I think Birkins are ugly. Like these bags are like $10,000.
Yeah.
They are ugly. They look like, there used to be this brand of purses when I was like between 20 and 25 that you could like change the outside of the purse. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what they were called.
It was magnetic.
Yeah, magnetic, and you could keep changing. Birkins look like those to me. Mm-hmm. Like I think they are so ugly. And I'm not judging anybody for getting them, but when you have them, I do not think it adds to your look. I think it takes away. Unpopular, I know, but you will never see me with a Birkin.
Okay. She ain't a Birkin girl.
What's this latest purchase? You got a big old designer bag? Are you tired of the endless battle with cravings? Do you dream of managing your appetite without the hassle, the side effects, or the hefty price tag?
Then it's time to meet Dr. Stephanie. She's not just a doctor of pharmacy. She's a certified diabetes educator and a leading hormone expert. She listened to your struggles and formulated a gentle, natural solution, GLP Wonder.
GLP Wonder is a revolutionary supplement designed for an easier path to appetite control and hunger management. How? It works by combining powerful natural ingredients like areocitrin and green tea extract to naturally support your body's own GLP-1 levels. This signals fullness to your brain, curbs those persistent cravings, and even helps fight insulin spikes, that stubborn, fat-storing hormone.
The result? Reduced hunger, better appetite control, and a more natural way to stay on track with your diet and goals. It's effective, it's safe, and it's affordable. Just 1 capsule per day for powerful results.
GLP Wonder is now easier than ever to find. Look for Dr. Stephanie's GLP Wonder at Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart. And we are thrilled to announce that you can now find it in Target stores nationwide.
Stop waiting and start winning the fight against cravings today. Find your nearest store, or to learn more and shop the full Dr. Stephanie's collection, visit drstephanies.com. And for a limited time, use code GOLDIVY30 for 30% off all Dr. Stephanie products at drstephanies.com.
Hey everyone, if you're like me, January through May means cold and flu season. But this year, I'm ready. Besides the All Things Elderberry gummies my kids ask for every morning, I want to talk about something that is a non-negotiable in my fridge, the Everyday Elderberry Elixir from All Things Elderberry. They call it an elixir, not a syrup, and here's why. It's made with organic, farm-fresh Missouri elderberries, never dried. That gives it a light, uniquely juicy, and palatable consistency. It's not thick or overly sweet. And the difference it makes for me is huge. For me, a tablespoon anytime I feel that first little tickle in my throat or before a big event where I absolutely refuse to be sick. It either completely kicks symptoms to the curb or lessens them so fast. Even my oldest, Cora, is asking for it. I will never not have it. It's my daily defense. And who needs that defense more right now than our bride-to-be, Brooke?
Ooh, yes. Wedding season is basically a marathon. Between the bridal showers, the bachelorette trip to Florida, and all the main events, I don't have time to be run down. The thought of getting sick before my bachelorette trip, no thank you. I'm taking my elderberry elixir with me every morning, whether I'm at home or on the road. It's my little insurance policy so I can fully enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime season without worry. It's literally for the mom who holds everything together and the bride who is trying to hold her wedding together.
That's right. Whether you're a busy parent, a traveler, or a bride prepping for the big day, you deserve this defense. Stop letting illness slow you down. Head over to allthingselderberry.com right now.
And for 15% off your very first order, use our special code GOLDIVY. That's GOLDIVY. Get the Everyday Elderberry Elixir. It's the defense you deserve.
And now back to the show.
Kinda. You'll see. I may have just found the jackpot of thrifting designer bags, which is a really fun hit. Dopamine hit. With a 3,000 bag and you're getting it for a fraction of that price, I think that if it makes you feel more put together, I think if it makes you feel some type of way and it elevates your energy.
Yes.
Like it's the idea of like, I'm moving from a crappy 1-bedroom condo to, yes, I'm still renting or I'm going to rent, but my whole space is elevated. You show up differently. You put on a nice outfit. I'm in sweatpants right now, but like you get out of sweatpants, you put makeup on. It does something to my energy.
Yeah.
And I think designer bags are the same way.
I have yet to really feel that I think I have this disconnect of when people are like, oh, you know, when you put on makeup and you put and you just feel so good. Like I don't really have that big elevation. Like I'm thinking, and I get ready for my 40th birthday party. Like I had the nicest outfit on that was bought for me, the nicest purse. I had a blowout done up, but like, I actually feel more uncomfortable than when I'm like, I love when people come over and I'm like, no makeup, my hair is wet in a low bun. I feel just most like myself, I think. I almost feel like that's playing a character. And I think that's just me. Like, I think everybody's different in that. And so I feel like I almost feel like it's faking how I look or something. It must be, because it just doesn't feel authentic to me. Like, I kind of like when people see me raw, like nothing, like sweaty. I'm after a workout. That's when I actually feel the most beautiful. Like on my vacation in the Caymans, like after a run, I like feel proud of myself. I feel like I was dedicated to something important. I worked hard. I smell bad and I look bad, but like I feel the most like myself and like proud and confident in that moment. And I don't think that's very common, right?
I think it's just a different way of looking at it. Like the confidence, I see what you're saying, but you also get your nails done and there's something to that, you know, like,
yeah,
I think it just depends how you look at it.
That to me is the designer bag. I feel more put together. If you don't have a chip on your nail and you have a nice color, that's what that is for me.
Yeah.
It's not a bag.
I think it's something to like, I work hard. And maybe it's deeper, right? Like subconscious of like, I have my life together. I'm a businesswoman. I don't know. I think feeling like you can afford nice things and just doing a lot of energy work and abundance work. Yeah. It does do something to your mental health, where I am working in my robe, no makeup, haven't showered. Like I just feel grimy. That's when I feel depressed. It's like, I need to get out of the house, put together. And I think like a lot of people that struggle with depression can relate to that of like, I need a new environment. I need to feel out of, I don't know, just slumming around.
I love slumming around.
And I do too.
I love the slum life.
But I get stuck in it.
Yeah.
Like it makes me stick. I don't know. I just stay in that zone.
I think what you're saying is like it helps you not only physically move out of that low space, but mentally when you're physically doing that, it lifts.
Yes.
Lightens that load of the heaviness. So interesting. And it's so funny that like people don't talk about that more of what they're going through. Like you just don't know how low people feel. And I think we need to talk more about like what helps us, like what gets us out of that funk. Like for me, when I feel the most anxious or scattered, like that's like the feeling I feel that of my low feeling, which usually it feels high. It feels like I'm like, you know, really hyper and whatever. That's more of like my really off time. And the cleaning my house is like the thing that elevates me. It's like I stay in the space and I just clear up the space is kind of my thing. Because I can leave, but then I feel like I didn't take care of my home base. And there's something like that elevates or I would say probably slows me down and gets me to like a more grounded space when I clear it up. And that's something my kids made fun of me for. They were like, we think you have a problem. We think you're really weird about clean stuff because one, you spray our counter 6 times a day, which I just love the cleanness smell. And having like crumbs on your counter, gross, before you're going to like set down plates to eat on it again. Like, no.
They also only grew up in a clean household. They don't know what it's like to grow up in a very disorganized, cluttered
chaotic
space because I think when you come from that, your then adult self needs order.
Yes.
Or you feel scattered, anxious. Like there's a lot of type B people who are fine with a mess. Like I can't. That is like, I just, and call it a mental illness. I don't care. I like, that makes me, and I think that's also why I like getting out of my house because otherwise I will just pick apart the house.
Yeah.
That's dirty. Point. I'm looking at that.
But something I do that's kind of dirty, they brought up, is my husband thinks like if something falls on the floor, you cannot eat it.
Oh.
Like he thinks that's so gross. And because I know he thinks it's that gross, I will intentionally make sure he sees me pick something off the ground and eat it. So I'm like, I'll be like in the car and I'll drop a gummy bear or something like on the floor and he'll be like, don't you dare. Do you know how many boots and feet touch that? And I'll slow motion put the gummy bear in my mouth.
Maybe that's why I have a good immune system.
Maybe. So my kids think that's weird. They're like, it's so weird that you care so much about how clean our house is, but you'll eat off the floor. And you know what? It's probably a weird mix. And You're welcome.
What doesn't
children.
kill you makes you stronger, I think, with that one. Maybe a little psychotic in there, but that's okay. Another unpopular opinion, I don't think you need a credit card.
Oh.
I think if you have a credit card, you spend way more money than you would without a credit card.
100%.
And I think, planning a wedding right now without a credit card, it's tough. I think it causes stress in a different way of like, you really can't hit zero or you're screwed. But it has taught me a lot of life lessons, a lot of reflecting of like, what am I actually spending on? Am I spending on things that meet my values? Getting better at managing money.
I'm proud of you. That would be, I think that would be the hardest time. Well, I don't know. I think the hardest time is when you have kids and you'll just buy them anything because like they need it in that moment. And so you're like, well, I've got to I'm not going to say no for them to try this sport, even though I don't have that money in my bank account right now. Like, I feel like that would be a really hard thing to say no to more than just yourself because you want to give them everything and you want them to have these experiences. But like planning a wedding, I feel like that has got to be one of the ultimate tests of budgeting.
And it's not like Ian has a credit card. And so we learned the hard way through friends who have booked vendors and then ghosted them. And so like, luckily they had it on a credit card. So like things like that. But I'm talking about the things for the bachelorette trip or accessories or like the random things that you just want to treat yourself when you're in your bridal era. And I'm like, no, you have a loan payment.
Like what? Like what's something you're like, I was really wanting it, but I realized I don't need it. And now it's gone.
Like I wanted a new pair of white sneakers for the trip or white flip-flops, lip gloss, the bag I did do. What else? Just like little things like that, like a spray tan. I'm like, I don't know if you need to spend $70 on a spray tan. Like things that the credit card version of Brooke would have been like, future me will pay that shit off, no problem. And then you rack up a $3,000 credit card bill and you're like, I really didn't love and care for the future me.
Yeah.
Like, I think when you're spending your hard-earned money and not credit, you appreciate those things so much more.
Yeah.
Like with the designer bags of like, no, this was literally 4 hours of work, but now I'm going to use the shit out of this bag. Yeah. You know, like
you're like more in tune with exactly what you did to be able to buy the thing. Yeah. Cause you're thinking about it extra, or you're thinking, when will I be able to? Okay. Probably next week after I have X amount of money. So it's like you're delaying.
It's delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Is this necessary? Great thing to learn and understand.
It is, but man, it's hard. You know, like they say, all the things that are good for you, like feel hard. And it's so true. Like, when I don't manage my money well and I'm like, Ian, I need help, like the shame and guilt that brings up, you know? I feel like people don't talk enough about just how hard being financially responsible and being healthy is. Like, it's so easy to eat the crappy food and it's also less expensive.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason that, people are the way they are. It's hard to feel the feels and like sit in that. And for me, I feel like I don't eat the sugar. I don't drink the alcohol. So like, I want the damn bag. Like I want to shop. It's a distraction. And when you don't have that, like, oh
yeah. Yeah. I like that you brought that up because I think that is what's missing in this generation as things are more instantly available is the pride of making the harder decision, doing the harder thing. Like, that's why people that do like camp and spend a lot of times outside have a better mental health. Like they know what it's like to work hard to just survive. Like there is something that's why I do it every year with my kids. Not like I'm a huge camper, but like I just see how all of our mental health, the unplugging and the working hard and working together, the community, the fishing for your food, like all these things it is hard. Like we're exhausted and it's only 2 or 3 nights. There's something about working hard for something. And that is such a huge part of who I am, where I know like I will always be a runner. There's something it gives me that it's hard and not everybody will do it. Not everybody will build a business. Like these things that are hard, they bring this pride. They bring this sense of accomplishment. They bring this feeling of, if I can do that, then I can do that. It just makes everything else easier.
Totally.
And I think you're going to see that pay off because this is kind of a new thing for you, right? Like this no credit card thing is kind of newer. And so I'm sure you're already reaping some benefits of that with your mental health, that you don't have to like have this stress.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's the like worrying about paying the minimum payments and juggling, and like that is exhausting.
But I do think, and you know, I'm super spiritual, I do think God's going to keep giving you more signs and more assurance that this is the right way of doing things. And I think you'll, especially once the wedding's over or even during the wedding time, you will reap the benefits of this responsibility, of this delaying the gratification. Like I truly think God will reward you in ways that you don't know yet.
Yeah.
And I know you want to be a mom, and like it'll be such a great thing to teach your children. And you and Ian have two different perspectives on finances too. And I think, you know, the way that you're handling this, and you have like date nights about it, you make it like such a great way to communicate. Like I think you're going to see so many benefits of it that you don't even like know yet.
Totally. Yeah. I feel that already. Like with anything, exercise, sleep, like you put in the hard work and you do notice like, okay, like I drink less caffeine. I'm like, okay, I feel better. Like it's not easy.
Yeah.
But all of those things, like that's the unpopular opinion, is like, do the hard thing. And when you remove all of those negative coping skills, like you're forced to just cry and breathe and like let it out. And then you're like, whew, okay, move on. Like, I think when you have those coping skills, you bottle it up more.
Yeah.
And you have all these distractions.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that, I think your relationships are better. Like, I think our relationship is better. Me and Ian's relationship is better. Like, you're more vulnerable. And like, here I am crying in my luteal phase, but I'm like,
I love it. I think people need to see it, especially with our platform and what we share. Like a lot of it is really, we're happy, we're excited, whatever. Like we have struggles of our own. We have emotional days. We have hard days. I'm getting my period. I just like griped at my husband 2 days ago. And then I was like, oh, I should probably apologize for that. Cause I was getting my period, you know, but what you're saying too reminds me of alcohol. And it's like, I saw this argument on Instagram yesterday that was like someone talking about even a couple drinks and the negative impacts of that. And somebody commented and was like, I'm so tired of everybody bashing alcohol. Like it's always been a social tool. This is how people connect in life for generations, for thousands of years or whatever. And then the banter back and forth. And it really got me thinking, because I don't think I've even told you this yet. When I was in the Caymans on St. Patrick's Day, I had a beer. So I broke my streak of 156 days. I had to tell my dad, which was like, that was the saddest part for me, because him and I connect on not drinking and we share streaks, and his is like over 500 days now. Wow. But I didn't want to let him down, which I didn't. He's like, I'm so proud of you. Like, whenever you join or start your streak again, like whatever.
I'll be here.
But, and I drank on the trip, like a drink here or there. But I got thinking about alcohol and that, and just from giving it up for months at a time, you really do see how you use it to socialize, and you will learn. And I think this is a truth that I will stand on, is that it does not bring you closer to people. Drinking does not bring you closer. It might get you together more often, because it is a tool that you use to get together. And then when you are together, you're more likely to do it or have more. And you might talk more because you have that buffer. But it's not authentic. It's not genuine. It's not raw. And it's surface level, and it's hazy. And it, I think, really masks, what I think it's really masking is your insecurities. Like life, everybody's just managing an insecurity. Working extra crazy hard hours because you're insecure, because if you don't make money, like that is literally how you feel secure in life. Or you're managing the insecurity about your relationship by overdoing another part of your life, or trying to show up in a different way, or talk about yourself in a way that makes you look a certain way, or whatever it is. Like we all have insecurities, things that we don't feel enough about. Like that is a fact. And I think alcohol is such a huge part of how people mask insecurities, or just, you know, thinking about it a different way, like an uncomfortable feeling, like I'm in a space that I don't feel super comfortable, I'm going to use the alcohol. And for me, that's not socializing. That's not connectedness. That's masking a way that you feel, that if you're with someone you really care about, you should just let them know, like, I'm feeling kind of anxious right now. I'm not really even sure what this feeling is, but like that's connection to me. And it's more raw and it's more uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think it shows you what you want. Like if I don't want to be here without alcohol, what does that say?
Yeah.
I don't know. I firmly believe like I don't want an external substance to feel enough. Just like certain things in my world, like the material, like, yes, I do enjoy those things, but I don't want them to make me feel like I'm enough.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's like credit cards and alcohol are like sisters. They're like
unpopular opinion, but
it
I like
really,
it.
if you think about it,
Oh yeah,
it's like faking it. It's like faking that you have the money as the credit card, faking that you're confident with how much more relaxed you get. It's not real. That's not you.
Can I say another unpopular opinion that I know will ruffle some feathers?
Please.
I fucking love Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is like the dad I never had who like, and I think this is why I'm drawn to men in the personal development space, because it's like, I need that like hard truth of like, stop spending money you don't have. Or Tony Robbins, like stop blah, blah, blah. Like sometimes you need the tough love with those things. And it works really well for me. Doesn't mean it works well for other people. But I think if you're struggling financially right now, find someone in the space. I love our girl Denise. Get rich lucky bitch. Like I love a blend of the tough love.
Hint, well, you might be seeing her face soon.
I would love to hear what she thinks about Dave Ramsey, but I know, I think he's very controversial in the space and he has worked very well for me. And normalize being okay with finding things that work for you that don't work for other people and staying in your lane.
Yeah.
I think social media, why I struggle with that too, is it makes me want to buy things. Like I'm so easily influenced when it comes to the next supplement, when it comes to the next clothing, like, oh, that's cute. Oh, I want that. Oh, that. Like, I need to stay away and be intentional. And I've learned like, that's my truth.
Financially, with like thinking of Dave Ramsey, and you know, he is no credit card. Like that's his policy, right?
He says the business moves at the speed of cash.
Oh.
Which, like, as a business, I don't know if you're okay saying this, but I am. We can cut this out. Like, we've paid off all of our credit card. We have a lovely savings, and it feels good.
Yeah. And I'm happy that Brooke, mostly manages our finances. I mean...
Yeah, I'm a finance girly.
Like, I should say mostly. Like, she does. I mean, I look at it, but, like, she's organizing it, coming up with suggestions for savings. Her and Ian do our taxes, like... And I'm so grateful because my mentality on finances is different than yours, different than Ian's, different than Justin's. And I think we found a way that like, I do want to be a conservative business. I don't want to feel like my business is going to fall flat if we don't make any money next month or something, you know? And I think it's important to know that it does affect your mental health and it does affect the way that you live your life. And so that's why we talk about finances. Unpopular opinion, I think you should talk about money. I think everybody should talk about like, why is this a secret? And a lot of times I notice it's people that kind of grew up with more money that don't want to talk about it, which is like even weirder to me. Cause I feel like when you, like for me, I didn't grow up with any money and it was a struggle, right? Like that was the money story in mine is like, money is a struggle. Money is stressful. Money is, we never have it. It's never anywhere, right? That's the money story in my household growing up. And as someone who, money is something that when you start to learn about it, it's a never ending journey to learn because it's always changing too. And so for me, I think that it's important that people share what they've learned about money so that other people, like if you love someone, you should talk about like what helped you make more. Like, oh, you're going to go on that cool trip. Is there like something cool that happened financially? Like, can we talk about it? I want to do whatever you're doing.
Or is it all on credit cards?
Right. And it's like, but that's what's tricky is it's like, you don't know, like, what's everybody investing in? Like, how much is in your 401k? All of these things that feel so personal to people and they don't talk about it. I feel like if you love people in your circle and like things are going well in that realm. And you know that helps mental health. You know that would create opportunities for your friends, for your family. Like, why aren't we talking about it more? I like don't understand that.
Yeah.
And I never have.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a pride thing or shame thing. I think I enjoy following people who are super blunt about it because it helps me see like, okay, this person has financial freedom and here's what they did.
Yeah.
Like, here's what they recommend. Okay, they're putting 15% of their income into retirement. Yeah. It's like hard, black and white.
Automatic.
Like, take the guesswork out. Yeah, it's automatic. And then like Ian and I can have those conversations and okay, when we're married and we have one account, like how do we want to do things? Okay, well, here's what people recommend. Do we believe that? Like, do we want to follow that?
Yeah.
Having the accountability of someone else, like sharing your account with someone else, I think is super helpful. Something I look forward to and has been working for me so far. But yeah, I think even if you talk about it, doesn't mean it's the right thing. I think you're just giving people ideas. The same reason why we follow people on social media, why we listen to podcasts, because you want ideas. You're struggling with something, you want more ideas. And then if it becomes too overwhelming, like have the discipline to scale it back. Like I go in and out of things that I listen to. Anytime I'm feeling not abundant, I pick up Denise's book and it makes me feel so much better. I start listening to the Dave Ramsey podcast. Like now I have these tools in my toolkit of when I'm starting to feel depressed or just feel like not enough in certain areas. Like, have I been listening to them? Have I been getting outside? Like, you know, I have that checklist in my head.
You also have E.T.
Oh, I haven't listened to him in a while.
Eric Thomas. That's how I know you're not feeling yourself or you're like getting back on track with life. She's like, oh, I was listening to Eric Thomas this morning. I'm like, oh, Brooks either like just getting back on track or like you're in a low and you need a big pick me up. It's funny because I just think life is all about patterns. And I'm so happy I just had the opportunity to go to the Caymans because it gets you out of your patterns. And there's a lot of great patterns we all have. And there's a lot of like toxic patterns we get in. And I think, and this was something my daughter said, my oldest said that is like an unpopular opinion of mine. She thinks is like, she's like, you will go on a trip. You'll never say no to a trip. And I'm like, not never, because I do sometimes. But like 99% of the time, if there's an opportunity to travel, like Justin and I will not turn it down. And he's always like, we can always make more money. And then he's just abundant as all heck. And like, he'll like land a new deal the next day. It's annoying, but also great to be married to him for that reason. And many other, babe, love you. But she's like, your number one thing you want to spend money on is travel. And she's like, my friends' moms are not like that. Like that is not what they believe, you know? And
it's your values.
It is. And for me, it's like, you're more unconnected from devices, you're making memories with your family, you're out of your bubble. And you come back from vacation and you just see your life differently. You start to get back into your routine. You're like, don't need that. Why was I talking to that person? This is like my tendency. You see how you procrastinate. You see what you want to like do instead. You see like, you know, it's a fresh start with food. It's like all of these things, like, and these patterns you're in with who you're talking to and what you're doing. And then like, there's so many great things about travel, but it's like, I will spend any money on that plane ticket. People will be like, oh, how much did that plane ticket cost? I'm like, I don't even know. Justin books them, but like, I don't even care. And that's like my toxic thing with money is like, I literally don't care what it costs. If my friend's getting married somewhere and I don't have the money, I'm going. Like my friend Britt and John, they lived in Japan. I did not have that money to go on that trip. That definitely went on a credit card. And I will never regret that for a moment in my life. Yeah. Ever. Because it's like, when will you get that time back that they lived in Japan and you got a tour around, you have to be there with your best friend? Like for me, that financial responsibility piece, it falls on everything but travel. Like I will delay anything else. But if my friend's getting married somewhere or my bachelorette trip, I'm like, I kept saying to Brooke, I'm like, you sure you don't want to extend this trip? Like you don't want to add another day here, add another day. Should we just do a whole nother week? What should we do here, Brooke?
This is the ultimate discipline of like, God, are you watching? Tell me you're watching right now. Please, I need you to be watching because I'm being good. I'll be real good. No, I think it all comes back to, at the end of the day, being okay with your decisions, being at peace with those decisions, whether it be financial, social, food, alcohol. Like, it might be unpopular, but that's okay. And that's what I'm learning is, like, I saw something the other day that said, if you can see the path ahead, you're on someone else's path. And I was like, ooh, I like that. Because I get upset with that a lot too, of like, am I on the right path? What the hell am I doing? And I'm like, no. Like, you figure it out as you go. And it's not supposed to look like everyone else's journey. If it does,
I'm like mind blown.
You're not doing the right thing. Like, I always get in my head of like, I don't have kids yet, and I don't have a house, and oh my gosh, I'm not married yet. And it's like, but you are. Like, you're getting there. Like, calm down, be patient. You have lessons you need to learn. This Ludiel Brooke, she went from real angry to real reflective.
I love it. And I'm just like thinking of your life though. And it's like, you are creating your own path because you're reflecting in the midst of it. And you're like, okay with being like, sell my house. This is not bringing me peace. So I'm doing something else. And it is not the route most people are taking. I think that is such great advice. If you can see the path, you're on someone else's path. Like, that is so beautiful, especially as an entrepreneur, because we're constantly figuring out what path we're on. And sometimes that feels like, oh, should we be doing what they're doing? And it's like, no, we are different. We are our own business. We are our own podcast. We have our own platform. Like, why should it look like anybody else's?
Yeah.
And that's like such a great reframe. I love that.
Thanks to whoever put that on social media. Have the unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Just means it's true to you. And living in alignment, having that peace. I think that's what everyone's after. You're drinking because you want peace for even a 5-minute high. You want to get you swipe the credit card because of the dopamine hit. Like, we're all just after that happiness and that peace. Like, life is so hard as is that when you can have that instant gratification, but I think the real learning and the lesson is like, but that's not the long-term peace. You got to sit with that discomfort, those cravings, all of it. Like, this too shall pass. And at the end of the day, like, the future you will be so grateful for the you that made those hard decisions. Because ultimately, it's giving you the financial freedom to get the house, to book the trip, to live in alignment with your values. Like, do you even know what those values are?
Yeah. And it's just what you're saying is like why we started this podcast. It's all about self-discovery, understanding yourself, your path, right? And for me, I feel like that's co-creation with my creator. But like, for you, thinking about, do you understand yourself? Like, whose path are you on? When you answer a question, is it to make everybody impressed in the room, or because that's how you actually feel? Are you even answering the question because you want to be heard? Are you, I think it's just, what is your unpopular opinion? Do you even know? Like, I didn't even fully know what I had to ask other people, which sometimes that's what you need. But life is about understanding what gives you the peace, right? Like, do you know? And what path, what do you have on the path that's not really serving that? That's not really making you feel in alignment? What do you know you need to add in? What do you know you need to take out? And I think Brooke hit this home earlier, but it's like listening to a podcast like this, it's so important that sure, you can take our opinions and like apply them, but like, if they don't serve you, don't keep doing it. Like, we don't want you to be us. We want you to be you in this one life with your unique wants, needs, desires for that peace. Like, we want you to tap into that. Like, us listening to ours is so you can listen to yours, not be us. Not saying you're trying to be us, but like, it gets fuzzy sometimes when you're listening to people that you regularly listen to. And I want you to thank yourself for tuning in, for listening to a podcast like this that wants you to be you, and keep finding those things that make you feel like you, that make you feel like, even if I don't agree, that's okay. Or if you're getting too much information in to filter out, like, we want you to keep living that life that makes you feel vibrant, not just at peace, but also like on fire about your life and on fire about what you're doing. So keep searching for it. It's an ongoing thing. Self-discovery never ends.
Yeah. And I wish we could give credit to whoever posted this on social media, but I think the piece of Gold should be the quote of, if you can see the path ahead of you, it's not your path, it's someone else's.
This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold. We want to thank you and encourage you to celebrate yourself for taking the time to learn and get inspired in your one beautiful life. And if this podcast means something to you, it would mean so much to us if you'd be willing to take 30 seconds to help support our mission to keep bringing you inspiring stories and guests.
First, following the podcast is important because it helps you never miss an episode. To do this, just go to the Ivy Unleashed podcast show page on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and then just tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner or click on follow.
While you're there, if you'd be so kind to give us a 5-star rating and review and share your favorite episode with a friend, we'd be so grateful for your support.
We are thrilled you're here and are so happy that you're taking time to prioritize your wellness, self-discovery, and growth with us. Additionally, we want to remind you that this podcast is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes. We are not licensed therapists, and this podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or other qualified professionals.